Hi, Sprinkles. So today I want to do something a little out of the ordinary for me. I want to whittle down my wish list of things. Currently, right now, I'm in the shop app. This is not sponsored by any means, but I have my full want list here. But I think today we're just going to focus on the collection that I have that's makeup that I like. Since it seems like most of you guys are here for makeup content anyway, it seems like the best place to start whittling things down because I feel like I could. I know there's probably some repetition in color stories, things like that, that maybe I can work to whittle down. So I think what we should do is we're going to start at the very bottom of the wish list. Okay, I think that's it, finally. So at the bottom of the wish list, which that just means I added it to this wish list first, and I think I only made this wish list a few months ago, maybe. I want to say in the fall. Probably around the time this palette came out, the EBEs from Adept Cosmetics. This is one that I'm really interested in how these shifts look in person. I do love that Adept always seems to make shimmer heavy palettes. I'm definitely a shimmery girly. Similar with the Emo Adept. I like how these look. I'd say if I had to pick one over the other, I'd probably pick the Emo one just because the shimmers look very interesting to me. And especially the one, it's right next to the gray. Let's see, I can't zoom in. I think it's the shade MC1. It's to the left of the dark gray matte shade. If I think about it, I'll add a little circle there so you can see it. I really like that. I have more Adept palettes in here, but we'll get to those later. This isn't really in any order other than the order that I found them in, so that's kind of it. I do also have the Cleonid single of Climbing Vine on here. I'm not really sure why I have just one on here, but I could always go with more Cleonid singles if I had the money. Next up, we have the Diveroon Cosmetics Gloomy Gardens. This is one that I think what I want to do is try to dupe it. I don't think that I need this palette. It's more matte heavy than I'd like. I do like the shimmers in it. I do like the color story it has. But realistically, looking at the swatches, I think I could probably dupe this with the stuff that I have. So I think what I'm going to do, it's sold out anyway, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to remove it from my makeup wish list and move on. One thing down. Another thing I think I'm going to get rid of is this Salem, Witchy City Salem palette. I like it, but realistically, I don't know how often I would use it. I really like the purples, I really like the greens, but I don't really love the reds. So this one, I think I'm going to take it off my wish list. I hope this video is really relaxing for you. It's kind of fun to go through my wish list and really just kind of whittle it down. Here's one I think I can get rid of. So this is from Question Beauty, which I desperately want to try. And this is the fairy bundle. Oh, this is the refund policy. That's not what I want. I want to read more. Okay, so it does come with a lot of stuff, but I don't think I need this. I like the eyeshadow palette. I like the gems, but I don't need the various mascaras or setting spray or brushes. So I think I'm going to remove that, especially since it's $200. Which I think it's $200 New Zealand, I think is where this company is from. But this is the palette that was in there, and I do really like this. It reminds me of the, and if I can think of the name of it, I'll put it up here. It reminds me of the kind of red and yellowy palette that Lethal made. But it reminds me of that palette, but more of a like condensed color story. And I do really like the packaging. I'm not above it. I'm a sucker for good packaging. So I want to try that. This is one that I wanted to try when it was called Tones of Turd. I don't think I need it on my wish list. It is very pretty. I do like the colors. Yeah, here we go. I do like the colors. I like that it's a warm tone neutral palette, but again, it leans more matte heavy than I'd like. So I think I've got to cut it out. It's also sold out, so that makes it a little easier to let go. Let's see. Can we get back to the bottom? Oh, maybe. Oh, we can. The Spellcraft palette I'm going to keep on here, even though it's a Lethal palette that I don't know that they still make it. I don't love that you can't move the pans around. It's pretty though. Similar, I think I'm actually going to remove this one. This is the Evergreen palette from Lethal. And I realized that there are a couple shades that are actually the same as their 1-Up palette, which is one that I already have. Like I believe the green in the top right is the same, and then the 2 blue shimmers. So I'm going to remove those from my list. Ooh, this one's kind of tough for me. So the Violet Attendu, the Violet palette from Viseart. I haven't really given Viseart much of a chance. I haven't tried them very much, but this palette is very pretty. I think though, since it leans matte heavy, it's like a third of the palette is neutral. I think I'm gonna let it go. It's one that like if it was gifted to me, I would definitely use it, but I think for now, it's probably not a good fit for me. Let's see. The Bella Beauté Bar Ultraviolet. This one has been living in my head rent-free. I mean, I do see it's sold out. I heard they're gonna restock it maybe. I don't know. I don't know anything about anything, but I do love this palette. I think the purples in it are gorgeous. I think if you're going to do a monochromatic palette, this is it. And this is a collaboration with Deandra Nicole. I think I'm saying her name right. Deandra, I believe. I feel bad not knowing folks' pronunciation because usually when I'm like watching their reels or things like that, it's all written. So hopefully I'm saying that right. I'll double check. This is absolutely staying on my wish list. This is the Clown Gel Liner from Melt. Their eyeliners are so good, and I really want to use it this way. I want to use it as an eyeshadow base to really make like some of those translucent multichromes, really make them sharp and like pop. This is the RH Null from Adept. I feel like this one might be able to go. I really like it, but it leans very cool. I think maybe I would either want this one or the EBE. I don't think I'd necessarily need both. I mean, realistically, I don't need either of them, but they're very nice. Like, I like the greens in this one. I like the pop of red. But overall, I don't think I need both. We're going to see a lot of green palettes, I'm realizing. I do really like this one. This is the Green Goddess palette from Bella Beauté Bar. Again, it's sold out, so it doesn't really matter. I think I'm going to remove this one, though, because I like the green palette from Diverune Cosmetics more. So we're going to remove it. Let's see. Keep it on, keep it on. I love this palette from Cleona, the Pick Your Potion palette. If there is one thing I love, it's an all shimmer palette, guys. I'm a sucker for them. What can I say? I think for me, the only thing that I don't love is the shade at the, now it lets me zoom. Oh my God. Is the shade at the top, the Vials of the Unknown. I feel like that's going to get mixed together, and maybe that's the point. But like looking at the other ones, it's so pretty. It's so cool. I love that the shades are removable. It just, chef's kiss. I love it. Ooh, next we have the Trapped palette from Gourmand Girls. This one, it does feel like a condensed version of the Diveroon palette. I really want to try Gourmand Girls to see like how their brand is, things like that. I do think this also leans a little matte heavy, but somehow I'm okay with it. I don't know. I think I'm going to keep it on my wish list because if I were to try the brand, that's the palette I'd want to try. So, let's see. Do I want this one? The Christkindlmarkt Intense Color Chrome palette. I do think this is very pretty. I know it's a Christmas release, and Christmas has already happened, but like those shimmers are so pretty. The only thing I don't love is I know I'm not going to use that bright red. I know I'm not. I just don't reach for red eyeshadow very much. I think because I have a really rosy undertone. So I think for that, it is really pretty, but I think I'm going to let it go. I say as if I'm going to buy these things. I'm going to let it go. We'll just talk about it now. So this is the Diveroon Cosmetics Bizarre Botanicals. Something about this palette is very striking to me, and I really like it. I love the color story. I love the amount of shimmers in it. I think it's very pretty. I mean, I guess the one thing I don't love is the price point, because $73 is a lot in this day and age, but I do think for an indie brand, for the special shades you're getting, it's probably worth it. So I'm going to keep that one on there. So let's see. What else? Oh, I have the EBEs. I have it from I Feel Beautiful. And I think I saved it here because I felt like the shades looked really different. Yeah. I can't explain it, but this picture looks very different than this one. And I think it's just from like the different angles, but I think I'm going to take it off of I Feel Beautiful only because like I'll probably purchase through Adept if I do buy anything. We have the Pastel Garden palette from Bella Beauté Bar. I love this palette. I think it's gorgeous. However, I think it's too big. So what I would do with this palette is I believe it's magnetic. Does it say it's magnetic? Because if it's magnetic, no, it says non-magnetic. So never mind, you gotta go. If it was magnetic, I would take out the shades and make like my own 12-pan palettes, but it's too big for me. I get overwhelmed with a palette that has too many options, which I feel like sounds kind of crazy. This I will keep because it's Krypton Cosmetics, Krypton, I believe. Krypton, I'm not sure. But I really love the color story here. I think it's very pretty with like the greens and the purples, and it's got an even number of mattes and shimmers, so it's not bad. But again, $64 is a lot in this day and age, so we'll see. Glaminatrix, I've had their Celebration Singles Bundle in my wish list forever. It will stay here forever until I get them. It is sold out currently. I will say I love Glaminatrix quality. It's all so good. Let's see. Is this really it? Am I really whittling it down super fast? I am. This is DD Signature. This is a brand that I really want to try. And looking through their little shop, I found that this palette calls to me the most. I'm not entirely sure why, but I really love the tones in here. I like that it's very jewel toned. I like that it's got some very deep shades in it, some lighter shades. I don't know, just something about it calls to me. Something about it just kind of makes sense for an easy, like everyday, colorful palette. Again, sold out. So, anyway, I've never tried cosmic brushes and I want to. It seems like people either really love their palettes or they really just don't vibe with them. And I want to know which camp I'm in. And I really love this color story. I love that it feels warmer. I actually love the blue tones, which is not something I say very often, but I feel like the blues and the purples in here really sell it for me. I really like it. I think it would just be fun to play with and have in my collection. I find the color story really inspiring. Let's see. I also have Question Beauty. This is their chapter 3, Guardian of the Lagoon. Like, I look at this and I'm like, oh, that's me. I love that it's got, like a deep, rich black. I love that the red in it is more of like a magenta. I love everything about this. I think it's gorgeous. So this is one that I absolutely am not removing from my list. They do have some hollows. And I think these are these pigments? Yeah. Yeah, it's a loose pigment, which is a dangerous game. But I do have some mixing medium that I can use to like turn it into an eyeliner or things like that. Like I have the tools to make it an eyeshadow. But I only picked 2 of them. They have a ton of loose pigments on their website, and I'm very curious about them. But I just picked my 2 favorite ones because they're $23 each. So this is on my wish list. It will stay on my wish list until I have it in my hands. I hate that it's sold out, and every time they restock it, I seem to miss it. I'm hoping I can get it like for my birthday or Black Friday or something, because living in the Pacific Northwest, I feel like I have to have this. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird for feeling that way, but I want to have it, I should say. Uh, so yeah, nothing more to say. Just love that one. Their Pinky Promise, and this is the pink palette of my dreams. I have realized looking through my collection that I actually don't have a lot of pink eyeshadows. I have a lot of like purples, I have some reds, I have some coral shades, but I don't have a lot of like pink eyeshadow, and I want to. I love pink. It's my favorite color. It brings me happiness. So this palette is definitely high on my list. I would love to get it as a bundle with the purple palette, but I think they're sold out of that still. So yeah. This is the Ocean Jewel palette. I love this. I feel like this is a good fit for me based on my collection. I do love that it goes from like super light to super dark. I love the grungy greens in it. I think this is very pretty. Nothing more to add. I just think it's very pretty. Again, the price tag is a little rough for me right now, but again, these indie brands, it's worth it. I feel like the quality is generally there. This is one that I've had on my wish list for a long time. This is from Sinful Echoes, and I really love this all shimmer palette. I think it's gorgeous. Just look at those shades. I feel like I could do so much with them. It stays. This is a recent add to my wish list. It's the Witch's Familiar from Fantasy Cosmetica. I believe this one is also magnetic. I want to say all of their palettes are magnetic. Yeah, this palette is magnetic and the shadows are removable. I really love this palette, and I'm trying to branch out and try red eyeshadow, so it's nice that there are like a few of them. But even just covering up those 3 shades, I love the rest of the palette. Like if that had just been a 9 pan, I would have been sold. But I also really love the art. I used to have a black kitty, and so this is kind of a fun way to remember her for me. Let's see, we're almost to the end, guys, I think, kinda. So this is also Dee Dee's signature. This is their Chrome Eyeshadow Book Volume 2. These are the magnetic pans. I really love this. I love that it's mostly shimmers. I like the 3 mattes that were chosen for it. I think that adds a lot of interest to it. It's gonna stay on the wish list. This is one I also really like. This is the neon palette that I want. I like that the shades are very vibrant. I like that they're super bright. I don't mind that it's more mattes than shimmers because the mattes are very impactful and not kind of the same thing over and over and over. I find that with a lot of palettes that are matte heavy, like there's usually a couple browns that are too close or, you know, something like that, where there's too many neutral shades that look all the same. So it stays. Next up, we have another from Cosmic Brushes. This is the Angelic palette. I really like this. I think it's a cute little soft palette. I think this would be fun for springtime. I think this would be, it's a beautiful palette all year round, I'd say, but I think like in the spring when the flowers are blooming, I'll probably find it really inspiring. I think it's really cute. I like it. I want to try it. So that's why it stays. Ooh, Witch of the Wildflower palette. This is the Witch of the Wildflower palette through Diveroon Cosmetics. I love this. It's a green and purple palette, sure, but I really like the colors. I think it makes sense together. I feel like there's a lot you can do with it. So it stays. This is the Fae collection from Glaminatrix. I love this. I think it's gorgeous. I love all the shades. I want to just live in there. They're so pretty. The shade Lavendaise, chef's kiss. It's gorgeous. We have the Volume 2 celebration singles. I love these too. They are so gorgeous. The shade Gala and Bubbly really call to me. All of them do, but they're all so pretty. I want to just live in there. So those ones stay, even though they're expensive. We already talked about this one a little bit, the Fable of Spice and Bloom. This one's also going to stay on the list. It's so pretty. I really like it. It's an even mix of mattes and shimmers. I'm drawn to these palettes from Question Beauty. This one, the Land and Sea. Honestly, it's probably the one I like the least of the 3, but I still really like it. I'd love to have it in my collection. It is, of course, sold out, which is a bummer, but overall, I really like it. I would be happy to have that in my collection. This one, this is the Recently De-Influenced from Bella B. Tabar. I think I've got to let it go. It's got too many red shades in it. I think I have enough red shades. That said, I might see if some of the singles from this palette are for sale because I do like some of the shimmers, but I don't think I need the whole palette. This is one I wish wasn't sold out. This is the Diveroon Cosmetics Smitten palette. I do really like this palette. I think it's a nice, cool-toned pink and purple kind of color story. I believe this came out for Valentine's Day last year, so maybe they'll bring it back for Valentine's Day this year, maybe. But for me, I just really like all these tones together. I think it's a fun, like, interesting take on a Valentine's Day palette. I do like that, of course, you have, you know, the bright pink, the brightish red, but I like the cool tones as well for if you're doing maybe like a cool tone smoky date night. Okay, guys, I've yammered a lot about what's on my wish list. Let's go back to the bottom and let's see if there's anything else we can get rid of. I feel like I'm gonna get rid of Climbing Vine only because if I am gonna buy something from Cleona, I'm gonna go hard. I'm gonna buy way too much. Is there such a thing as buying way too many single shadows from Cleona? I don't think so. Maybe there's not. Let's see. Do I need the Trapped palette on here? Nah, I think I'm going to wait and see what Gourmand Girls comes out with, and maybe they'll have a palette that really, really calls to me. But for now, I think I'm okay letting it go. I think this is a pretty good wish list. I think I've condensed it a little more, with the exception of the Adept palettes, only because they're ones that, like, I would be happy to have any of them. So I think it's good to keep those on there. In the time between when I initially recorded and now, Nomad has released this cruise collection. I love an all shimmer palette. I'm adding this to the makeup that I like right now. I think this is beautiful. Now, I will say, I don't know how unique these will be in my collection. A lot of them look like shades I don't quite have, but I really just want to hold it in my hands. I love that it's magnetic. I love that I can mess around with it. That's what draws me into it. So this is a last minute addition while I am editing this because they just released it. I do also like these highlighters. They have a rose one that really speaks to me. I don't love that I haven't seen a swatch of it, but I think this could be really fun. So I'm going to add it to my makeup wish list as well. I'm not so sold on the gold highlighter. I don't really use gold highlighters very much. And the ones that I do have, I already like. So this one doesn't speak to me as much. But that's getting added to my wish list. I'm just checking if there's anything else that should be added. I still wish I had this. I'm so sad it's sold out. But yeah, those are the Nomad things that just released. I think Adept just announced a new palette that I like. Let me see if I can find it. I was able to find it, but not in the shop app. This is from Adept. I haven't even liked the post. What a loser. Oh, because it comes out on Thursday. But I love this color story. I think it's beautiful. I love every shade in it. I think it's unique. I think it's fun. I love that it's shimmer heavy. I love that it's got deeper shades that I could use as a liner. This is definitely going to be on my wish list. I think it's gorgeous. I just love, love, love this color story. So I will add it as soon as it comes available. But again, how have I not liked these posts? Oh yeah, because I think I saw it on a YouTube short is I think where I first saw this announced, and not actually on Instagram. But yeah, it's gorgeous. It speaks to me. Like, especially the shades Snowbird and Starlit Ash. Oh my gosh. I want to live in this palette, which says something. When a palette makes me feel like it's unique in my collection, I know they're doing something right, because I have a pretty extensive collection. But that's it for editing me. Now back to the end of the video. But I would say that's about it for me. I hope you have a great day, night, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. I hope you're kind to yourself. I hope you're kind to others. I hope you take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye. Shop app. Why you no let me zoom in?